we had a great symposium, first day of our Students with Learning Disabilities Symposium, and we wanted to take the opportunity to ask you a couple additional questions to share with our region.
Okay.
And so one of those questions is, what are some of the major challenges as we shift our teaching to become more inclusive?
Well, I think the teachers today in the room broke that down really well. If you think about this chart we made over there about cultural factors, structural factors, and instructional factors. So in terms of cultural factors, I think that the hardest shift is going to be mindset. For teachers and parents and kids to shift from thinking like we can't to the we can. It's going to take time, it's going to take perseverance, it's going to take work, but that we can expect our kids with disabilities can do so much more than we expect them to do in mathematics, and we need to believe that, and kids need to believe that for us to make that shift. In terms of instructional, I think we need to move from rote memorization, from a focus on procedures, to a focus on inquiry and sense making with enough support so that all kids can succeed in that curriculum, which won't be easy. So it's going to take experimentation using some methods from special education, methods from general education, and a lot of redesign of classrooms to be more inclusive, more universally designed. And so that's going to take sort of play and experimentation and taking the research and sort of remixing it. And then last, if you think about structural issues, this might be the heaviest piece of lifting that there is, because the structures in place encourage teachers to separate kids out, to have RSP pull out with separate goals, possibly separate curriculum, rather than a push in that's really thoughtfully done. Even when it's pushed in, there's not enough models for research from teachers to understand, how can I co-teach in this class? What does co-teaching look like in math in a really meaningful way? So there's the RSP is an issue. In California, we don't have enough inclusion in general. So we have not most of our children, but compared to New York State, where I was before, we have far more kids who are in self-contained classrooms. And so we need to both simultaneously educate those educators of special education who may not have had as much access to math, how to teach meaningful mathematics, and push those students in so that we have everyone is included together if we want to be more inclusive. But the structural barriers are massive there.